What's up, guys? So like the title says, 85% is not always 85%. I'm kind of getting this not idea, but it kind of popped back in my head. I've been kind of rereading some of my old programming stuff and just kind of touching base again. You know, they say if you want to learn something new, read the old book. So it's kind of what I do sometimes. But the reason why I'm talking about it now is, you know, a lot of people, and I get a lot of lifters in general, not just power lifters, but they're like, oh, I had 85% today, but then for 4 and I couldn't do it, or it was like way harder than before. And that seems to be a general trend for, a couple of weeks, and then boom, something happens, their shoulder, knee or whatever, something might pop up that gets a little angry or pissed off is what I say. So a lot of these coaches or templates might say like, oh, they only do percentage-based training. So they're like, oh, I want this at 70% or 85%. What kind of irks me, I guess, or kind of I question is every day your strength can vary, even like local, like just like your quad strength can vary, let alone, this huge global idea of strength. So like a squat, bench, or deadlift where multiple muscle groups have to interact. You're not always at where you were last time you maxed out. You're not always as prepared. You might be bigger, faster, and stronger in a certain rep range, but that doesn't correlate to that 1 rep max. So when you go in, a couple weeks later, and you're like, oh, coach wants me to do 85% for 4, and you're like, I hit 3 and I was really questioning if I was going to get that next rep. And that's where my issue comes through. Your strength varies day to day, so why have a specific percentage that they want you to work at from your 1 rep max? That's why we kind of use RPE. That's why we kind of use reps in reserve, whatever it might be, even like a velocity based situation where you can make changes on the go. So it's like, okay, put 70% on. You're like, oh man, that I maybe could have got 3 more reps in. That's just probably where you're at now. Physically, your body's not as recovered or just not as prepared. So why push through and force something that might not be there that day, or put yourself at risk of overshooting, which could lead to overtraining, which could lead to overreaching, which then could lead to overtraining, and so on and so forth. Now, usually it's not that dramatic, jumping straight into that, but a consistent basis of overshooting or not playing the cards where they lie, that's what I like to say, can lead you into a path that usually doesn't end up in a better place than when you started. So 85% of your 1 rep max is not always 85%. A lot of times it could be 70%. A lot of times it could be 95%. Moral of the story, and the reason why I'm kind of bringing this up is, again, play them where they lie. If 85% or slash an RPE 8.5 stop, maybe you did 85% and that flew. You're like, I had that was almost like it was like a deload workout. I'd wait. It's there today, so take that leap and jump forward and use that because your body's prepared, your body's ready for it. And then vice versa. Yeah, I just put 70% on and I hit my suggested sets and reps, or my first set with those same reps, and I could not have done another rep. Back off, maybe take 10% off of what you're trying to do for that set and rep scheme, and play it where you lie. It's about trying to train as long as you can, because those are the ones who end up healthier with the longest career and the most success, and just in general happy with their training. Don't beat yourself down if you don't need to. Work with where you're at. Level up. Those guys, they like to say, like, when you know better, do better. And it's kind of the same concept. When you feel better, do better. When you're not feeling so much, just work with it. So overall, I think that concept's really important, and it's one of the reasons why I kind of disagree with templates that only go based on percentage based. It sounds fancy, it sounds like it works, but it has big flaws that could be crucial in someone's longevity in just lifting in general. And then also, even in my own coaching with my online clients, I might put a percentage, but it's like 70%, or 65% or whatever. Or I'm like, okay, let's work around an RPE 8, or like an 85%. I'm starting to dabble in, reps in reserve qualities with some of my like more high advanced trainees, or my athletes, I should say. So just something to think about, something to keep your eye on, and have a nice evening, guys, or wherever you're at in the country. Get some vitamin D, relax a little bit, have a good training session.